Happy Tears Day. I'm back from Valhalla. Now, I've missed a normal sequential video in the fact that I was at the Valhalla Viking Festival 2022, where a very good time was had, I must say. Obviously, I've missed my reveal video in that's the day, like Frig's Day, Friday, when I normally look into researching the rune I have and talking about it. And obviously, by breaking my sort of sequence, that comes with some interesting sort of variation, or the fact that on the day I'm normally drawing my conclusions, I'm actually looking it up and can then sort of process conclusions again. I'm running a little bit behind, that's what I'm saying. However, I have to say, really, I had a familiarity with the rune anyway. I recognised the rune, and I'm well aware of what Tyr stands for. Just looking at events over the weekend with my wife and with my fellow sort of members of AUK, we have upheld the principles, really, of what Tyr or Tiwaz represents, whether we were conscious of it or not, or whether I was conscious of it or not, mainly because they are the principles that are in our hearts and souls. It's just been of encouragement to me to have that rune with me. I've spent a lot of time this weekend talking about things to people to inform them about Asatru, which is to a degree taking me out of my comfort zone. I mean, obviously it's great talking to a camera, getting across to my audience, but to have sort of a standard set up and to be pitching almost Asatru or talking about it and talking about my beliefs to people who may or may not be sympathetic to it or are there because they're curious, it's been a real privilege. It was always going to be something that I had a comforting ease into this sort of moment of my thread. Having Ansu's the week before, Tiwaz this week, I've had that as a comfort. In as much as that it gives you a reinforcement to hold to your principles. In addition, there are things I need to resolve, or I can take comfort from using to adhere to my principles in drawing some conclusions from the Valhalla Viking Festival, which as a festival is not the same as how we do our events at AsatruUK. Obviously there's a more open field of people that are there to enjoy themselves and not necessarily considering a spiritual aspect to enjoying themselves. That's no criticism. I mean, I'm very much a person who will say if something makes someone happy, just let them get on with it. I mean, who are we to be judging them? And it's important to not change that principle just because I'm trying to be accessible for bringing a message to people who wish to hear it. I guess I would admit, as I'd spoken to some people ahead of going to the festival, that there would probably be sort of an element of cringe pagans there. However, I have got to admit to myself, as much as anyone else, it's, again, if people are happy, if they're dressing up and taking steps in a direction, it's not my place to criticise them that this is the level of enjoyment they're getting from their life. We experience this in the faith, that we have these judges trying to inhibit or challenge our faith. It's there historically. And it should really just be a case of let them do what works for them. Why have they got to be so judgmental of us? Maybe just needing a field and a fire to sort of practice our faith and be happy. Why has there got to be judgment on us that we can be happy practicing our faith? That's the purpose of life, really, is to be happy, is to enjoy it. Don't need to be made to feel guilty, to be miserable. It's about creating thrift. And I've really felt that focus, especially this weekend. And I've come away from there energized. I am still learning things. I'm never going to claim to be a master or someone who is an expert. We've always got something to learn. And I think as we approach tomorrow, when I'll draw what is physically my last rune from my bag, I've got to continue with that as well. There are challenges, and that's important. Strive, learn, and also create thrift. I've made a lot of friends at the Valhalla Viking Festival. I've heard some nice comments, which is good. And I'll be looking to return there in a capacity similar, maybe more involved next year, to continue the work we've started this year. It's adhering to principles, and Tiwaz has made a solid impression and solid reinforcement, and I'm very grateful for that. It's something I feel really, really connected to. And I can't complain. So if you're a new follower, thank you for joining and subscribing, and to all my other existing subscribers, thank you for being here. Obviously, if you like the content, hit the like button. If you have a question to ask or a comment to make, please do. Again, they're all things that can be done that create learning experiences for all of us. And that's really important. So thank you very much. And wherever your journey is taking you today, may it be something that is equal to you and enjoyable. Live your life, live your best life, and take care. Goodbye.